Alrighty, so Gar put out a video the other day, and I think he has found, or I don't know if he came up with it or not, to be honest, but he showed off the new fastest team for Demonic or Demon King. So today we're going to be trying that out. I don't know exactly how it's going to go. I'm just going to go in with, pure, medium expectations. We're just going to show the whole thing. If it goes bad, we'll maybe try to reset and get a better run or something like that. It is going to be a little bit RNG, of course, if you get the absolute fastest run, but this is supposed to be the best results that you can get. So this is the main team that we're going to be using. You use Viol for his Holy Relic because it makes your pass or your buffs do a little bit more. They're a little bit more effective. Cocytus is here because his passive is going to help you put on extra buffs. The blue Liz here is really cool because if you have 100 crit resistance on a unit or higher, or maybe it's crit defense, let me show just in case. It is crit defense. If your allies have crit defense above 100%, they actually gain basic stats by 20%, which is a blue buff for each stat. So it's an HP, a defense, and an attack stat, which is great because you're basically just looking to get as many buffs as possible onto your Albedo, and then we're going to be running her as, just pure DPS, so we actually do have an attack crit damage set on her. I don't have an attack crit set built for her, UR gear-wise, so I just gave her my Escanor set, so we're going to use that. You do kind of want to throw on as much attack as possible, so he was using attack food, so I'll throw that on as well. This is the artifact card set that we're using. This one is the one where it boosts humans and unknowns attack by 3% for each applicable ally, so because we have 4, that's 12%. So that's going to be a little bit helpful as well. And then the backup team that we're using is a UR, or God melee team. I think we have keys in here for the attack-related stats, if I'm not mistaken. We have a little bit of rank up here if we need it. We have a taunt. We have all of the things that we should need if RNG permits. We should hopefully be able to kill pretty quickly. This is the artifact card set that I'm using on this one. He does have this one maxed out. I only have it at level 4, and I do not have the artifact card plates to upgrade it to all the way to 5 yet, but these are the gears that I'm using on my team. He is using a little bit more defensive gear on his other team. This is the gear that we're using, but I'm pretty sure for his Cocytus and for his Liz, he's actually running HP crit defense gear. So I can only assume that's to help with the passive on Liz as well. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm just hoping that we can just do pure damage. I'm not going to worry about min-maxing the gear or anything too much. I will definitely leave a link to his channel and his video down in the description. If you want to go check him out, feel free, because honestly, he's doing awesome stuff. He finds really cool teams to use for Heroes Arena, and now he's messing around with Demon King a bit. It's great. He's really good at sort of finding and team building and stuff for these activities, which is awesome. So we'll see how this goes. I'm pretty sure in his run he beats the whole fight in 4 minutes and 20 seconds, which is pretty insane considering how how long this fight can kind of get drawn out. Of course, there's going to be some RNG involved in that, so we'll see how that goes. I think it's really going to depend on the stances and stuff that we get, but he does some really impressive damage. So we do get the attack-related stats and everything first and foremost. We should end up getting the basic stats from Liz right here, hopefully. Or not. I do have above 100%, right? I do. Yeah, 130. So, is that just not proc yet? I'm not actually 100% sure on that. But either way, we have to use a debuff attack and a stance, so that's actually fine. I think we will just go ahead and get some Cocytus buffs going, and then probably just throw away the extra Liz card, and then I guess we'll just throw the other Liz card out as well, because we have other debuff cards available to us. So I think the goal here is that we're basically just going to be getting, the damage taken increase on him by completing the first rule. We're probably just going to throw on the stance, let him attack into us. We should hopefully be able to kill pretty quickly. Okay, we get an extra stance, which is great. I don't remember if he actually gets a level 3 stance in the first turn or not. I'm not 100% sure on that. But he does beat it really, really quickly. So let's see here. I think he just uses a level 1 stance. I'm actually not 100% sure on that. So we're going to go ahead and debuff here. We're going to go ahead and attack, and then we can go ahead and stance up. I do have to use... Well, I could actually do it with my other team instead, so let's actually swap just so that way I can keep my Albedo stance if possible. So let's debuff, let's attack, and then stance, and then once we have the stats, or the reductions and everything, like his stats, or his all-stat decrease and his damage taken increase, we should be able to swap back over to the Albedo team, and then hopefully do big damage, profit. So we stun out there. We do have to worry about his ultimate a little bit, which is kind of annoying. And I don't have debuff immunity, but I can actually merge this card and put debuff immunity on. That's going to give us a basic stat increase as well for more buffs. And then we're going to level 1 stance here. Not 100%. I'm really glad that I do have the debuff immunity here because his ultimate is going to be really annoying. And I don't think we're actually going to be able to counter his ult. So... he's attacking. Is he even using the ult this turn? A level 1 stance, 3.5 million is kind of outrageous. 4.5. I'm pretty sure Gar is a little bit more free-to-play friendly as well. I don't think his box CC is nearly as high. So it might be a little bit more relatable in that sense. So do take that into consideration as well. He might be... a great example of, you know, like lower box CC actually, you know, doing pretty well in this kind of thing. We have some decent cards in hand. I guess we have decent potential for merges here. I want him to debuff me so that way I can use this. Maybe I just push for an ultimate. Let's just get these ready to merge maybe in case he ends up D-ranking here, because I don't have a taunt on with anybody. And I should hopefully still be able to do the 2 level 2s thing. Okay, Liz is actually taking quite a bit of damage here. I wonder if it's better to swap to the other team here. Plus, I mean, I'm not trying to play this incredibly fast, but you definitely can play this faster. Okay, so we can just go to level 2, level 2, level 1. I don't have nearly the amount of buffs on that I had, so we're in a much worse spot for this stage. Which, in his run, he actually does end up, like, this team ends up getting killed off by an ultimate, and then he ends up killing with melee instead, so... we'll see how that goes for us, maybe. This one is the Sever skill. I don't have any debuffs on, unfortunately, so the Cocytus isn't really going to help us in that regard, but you can throw some extra buffs on like this. She actually did some really good damage there. Decent little chunk here. I do have a lot of my attack-related stat buffs sort of gone at this point, so... we'll just see how much damage we can get off, and then hopefully Melee should be able to win this, because honestly, he does some really impressive damage as well. So we're just basically going to get him as low as we can with this team. I think we're just going to let this team tank the ultimate next turn as well, because I wasn't paying too much attention to the rule, but I don't know that we'll be able to complete it. Yeah, I need a level 3 card here. So let's use the level 1. I don't have a level 3. So we're just going to throw this card out maybe, because he's probably going to D-rank it anyway, and then I can throw this out. He should ult me here, because I'm not actually going to stun him out. And then we can swap over to the other team and hopefully kill. I mean, so far, I mean, dude, the level 1 stance in turn 1 was actually so impressive. I know phase 1 is not the hardest phase or anything. Like, you can get through it relatively easy anyway, but there's that team dead. A little bit unfortunate. I would have loved to have gotten at least some damage out with the stance there, but he is putting on this anyway. So I need to stance cancel him, I think. I have to have a level 1, a level 2, a level 2. That should be pretty doable because he's going to attack my Diane here. Maybe I just waste some cards here because I should actually be able to complete the rule regardless, and I can get rid of the stance with the stun that we're going to use whenever we complete the rules. So that deals damage, right? So okay, so we rank up our card. We're going to have a level 3 buff on, and then we're just going to throw this out. It is going to gain us 1 seed, which is fine, but of course it's not going to do much damage at all because of the stance. Obviously, we're getting a little bogged down here. I think you could definitely have a cleaner run, but for the most part, this is not too bad so far. We did have Blue Tarmiel Link on the Dian, so that is going to be very, very nice. If you want to see him do it, like, he has a timer on his video as well where he shows, like, what time, you know, like, he's got a timer going during his entire run, and you can see how fast it is. It's actually kind of ridiculous. It's really, really cool. So let's do this. Use this as the level 2, and then we can just use this as the other level 2, so that way we get rid of the bad cards out of our hand, and we can hopefully use these melee cards to just absolutely obliterate him, hopefully. He doesn't put on any debuffs because of our debuff immunity, which is kind of bad, because we do kind of want to cleanse off some debuffs and stuff for the melee to get his all creation, but the amount of damage we have potential to do here should be still really, really good. So, max stacks, we definitely want to use the level or the AoE first, and then we'll just try to double single target him. He doesn't have his immortality on anymore. This is going to put on his HP related stats. I think we're good. Yeah, okay. Honestly, yeah, it's really fast. I don't know what the timestamp wise it's going to be for the actual run itself, and plus I was having to kind of think around with it a little bit. I'm sure the more you use this team and the more you get used to it, it's going to be really, really nice. So, yeah, this might actually just be my new go-to, unless I'm like testing out another team or something like that and I have to swap it around. This is definitely awesome. Do go check him out 100%. He's awesome at the game. He's doing some really cool stuff. He's got some really cool like Heroes Arena teams, like I said. And if he keeps coming up with new methods and stuff and teams for Demon King, that's just going to make it a little bit more accessible for the whole community. So that's awesome. Go show him some love. He's, you know, a smaller content creator. Go subscribe to his channel and everything. He's awesome. I've definitely watched some of his guides and stuff for the Heroes Arena stuff and everything as well. He's just super helpful. So can't talk about him highly enough. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Feel free to subscribe to me and to him if you have not already, and I will see you guys tomorrow.